have very pretty eyes. How are your husbands doing? It's not my house, my grandfather's house. I want to take you to the palace. I feel like you enjoy it. I swear. And the garden is as big as this place. 60 rooms. When if you eat any of this kind of shit, I don't want to talk. I don't even talk. Food where you eat sweet part.
Let's talk about Joanna and Faith. It's giving returning home to my house husband after a fun day at the club. Anyways, after Joanna was done having the best time of her life with Jesse and J, on coming back into the main lounge, Faith crawled in, moved towards her and started telling her how beautiful her eyes are. And then proceeded to ask her, how are your husbands? How are your attaches? And Joanna laughed about it, saying, well, and the conversation now started with Faith telling Joanna, do you see how organized the garden is? Do you see that everybody picked their dirt and dropped in the trash bag? That is how it is when you set a system. That's in the morning when she saw that your things were no longer there, that he was so scared. Oh, maybe you moved out because of the arguments we had. And well, I felt bad, but I just said to myself, I won't stop you even if you want to move out, because I don't have control over you. And Joanna was like, no, do you think even if the whole house decides to abandon you or trash you, I'm not going to do that, okay? Don't even think that way. And he said yes, that it was until he realized it was Biggie that took Joanna and Dede to the other side. That was when he now calmed down. Now, mind you, when this conversation started, Faith wasn't facing Joanna. It was Joanna that told Faith, come stand in front of me. And I'm like, girl, are you sure about this? Anyways, Joanna then started telling Faith, no, that's what made her angry was that they had this conversation inside the HOH lounge, only for you to go out and, start having a back and forth with Imisi again. And Faith said, well, Imisi triggered him. And Joanna tried to tell him, no, that in as much as she did, it's the way you react, the reaction you give back that matters. While Joanna was still saying that, Dr. Faith started telling Joanna how he likes the birthmark right beside her lips, on top of her lips. And, initially he said that, is that a birthmark? And Joanna was like, yes, it's a birthmark. It's been there since I was born. And he now proceeded to show Joanna his own birthmark. And Joanna was like, oh, no, I know you have one, although I thought it was a tattoo. And Faith was like, so what took your eyes down there? From there, my people, the conversation now entered another level. Faith then told Joanna that I want to tell you something that may sound cliché. And Joanna was like, okay, what is it? Well, Faith proceeded to tell Joanna that he feels like taking her to his grandfather's palace. That it's so his grandfather has 60 rooms in there. It's so massive. Oh my god. Well, Faith then asked Joanna if she had phone at the party, and Joanna said it was just like any other day. In fact, that she do have even more phone in previous Thursday nights than this very one. I'm like, baby girl, after all that rocking with Jess and J. So now let's go to the conversation Joanna had with Dede regarding Faith, okay? After that, we'll come back to this. So Joanna told Dede that she actually finds Faith very weird. That, Faith has this thing about his ideology about being in a relationship is being in an open relationship. That, well, she already told him that that can never work. She can never be in an open relationship. It's either you make me your priority or you forget about it, okay? And Dede was like, but what will make someone want to be in an open relationship? And Dede now pointed out to Joanna that, when you're dancing in the parties, when you're dancing with someone else, she usually sees Faith sitting at a corner and smiling. And Joanna was like, yes, that even Faith himself told her that he enjoys seeing her dance with other people. And that's such a weird thing for someone to say. That the other time at the party, she was dancing, and just when she was about to go grab a drink, Faith already grabbed the drink for her, gave her the drink, and was smiling that, he's enjoying seeing her dance with, guys. Well, Dede then told Joanna that even as you consider Faith wed, that she feels Faith is different with you. That you see Faith in the house, acting all that rigid and all of that. But whenever he's with you, he's calm, he's asking for a hug. That if I when he saw Faith, leaning towards you, talking in a very calm way, she was like, not be Faith be this again, not be Gado's date be this. Like, what are you giving this guy? What do you mix for this guy? And Jonah was like, nothing, no, nothing. That in fact, sometimes when she sees Faith acting in the house, she'll be like, which part of Faith is this? Like, who is manifesting in this guy? Because when Faith is with her, Faith is just a sweet, calm, soft guy. But that the guy is weird, because you see all those arranging stuff, keep things in order, that he still does that inside HOH Lounge. That there is a way he arranged his shirts, his clothes, everything is well arranged. For any time he didn't arrange them properly, he will be up, he'll be be worried until he gets them arranged and put together. That in fact, that Faith knows how many ties they have in the garden, in the house, how many steps to the HOH Lounge, how many steps to the diary session, that he has every details of things that you won't even pay attention to. That she just feel that's Faith for you. But am I the only one who feel Faith was actually tipsy while he was talking to Joanna? Because why would you admit on a national TV that you hate your mom? Like, come on. And even Joanna was trying to tell you, no, don't say that. You are saying, Joanna was actually telling Faith, your mom is a good woman. And Faith is saying, no, then she should do better. Actually, it's another side of Faith too. Anyways, back to Joanna. So, Thelma Lawson, Tracy, and Joanna, we are having rice. Thelma actually stole out this food from Imisi'S food. And tell me why, when Imisi was asking who stole one of the fish tail, Thelma was there keeping calm. Well, before we get to the whole food thing, so Mensan was passing, and Thelma went to meet Mensan, asking Mensan, what's up, what's happening, why were you people screaming up there? And Mensan now told her that some people did the do in the toilet. Now Thelma came back to Tracy and Joanna, giving them the gist, and Tracy was like, did you find out who that was? Thelma said, well, we don't even need to try. Is it not this house again? That by the time there will be a truth on Saturday, they will definitely discover who did that. Or even Ibuka, we help them out on Sunday. And at this point, Thelma then turned to Joanna, who was leaning behind the snooker board, to ask her, what are you doing? Why are you behind the snooker board? Mind you, she was just leaning by the snooker board. But tell me why Joanna now started explaining, telling Thelma, no, nothing is going on there. I and Faith, we are just friends. Just the same way Jason and I are just friends. And Thelma and Tracy shocked them. They were like, why? I don't understand. What's the... why are you answering this way? What happened? And she said, no, now you were asking me what I was doing on the snooker board with Faith, right? Are you sure Joanna herself wasn't tipsy as well? Anyway, back to Thelma. So Thelma sneaked out and stole food from Imisi'S food and brought it in and ate with Tracy and Joanna. Now tell me, when Imisi started looking for one tail of the fish, Thelma got in there, and K-Baba was not telling Imisi. K-Baba then told Imisi, let me just tell you the truth. It's Thelma that stole one of the fish. So immediately K-Baba said it's culture. Now started say, you know how Culture's voice is very loud. Hey, Missy, they said I Thelma thief the fish. So Thelma was like, no, I didn't. I did not. And then turned to Culture and told Culture, so why are you broadcasting it? Culture now started explaining, it's not me, I keep about to come now. And Thelma was not like, so why are you the one, repeating it? Since it's not you, you did not say me, why would you be the one even repeating it and your voice louder than that of K-Baba? You all know how Culture is now. Culture was like, I beg you, I'm just telling Imisi what K-Baba said. Just look at Thelma. This is the same person that was telling Tracy and Joanna that food where you thief sweet past the main one that they will share to you. But you needed to see how innocent Thelma was all through Well, Imisi made white rice and stew, shared to almost everybody, but for the first time, refused to give Dede. So when Dede came, Imisi told Dede there is no food. But when Imisi was having this conversation with Kola, she now told Kola that Dede came to ask for food. And she now said, no, there is no way I'm giving this girl my food. Mind you, this was after Kola had, lamented and all of that, ranted about going and Dede to Imisi, going ahead to poison Imisi's mind. And Kola then told Imisi, telling Imisi that on a normal, she will come through me to get food from you. Why did she not go direct? Because she was standing there with Koyin Abi. Kola is something else. Anyways, back to Joanna and Faith. So I would like to get your honest opinion regarding Joanna's view about Faith. The whole finding Faith's word, seeing Faith in another view, aside from how he acts and reacts towards the housemates. And this whole thing they talk about Faith being organized and all of that. I think it's just, I don't even find it weird. There are people who just like their space being organized. There are people who are so well detailed. And now, being a medical doctor as well, maybe on a normal, he's a well detailed person. When you now add it to the fact that he's a medical doctor, which his profession actually requires that you stay well detailed, observant, and organized too. Anyways, more gossip actually went down in that room between Dede and Joanna, but we'll talk about this in a separate video. Just tell me in the comment section how you feel about the conversation that happened between Faith and Joanna, then Joanna and Dede, and why would Faith even say that he hates his mom? Because the word hate is a strong word though. Anyways, let me read from you guys. But personally, I think he was tipsy. But let me hear your opinion. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
My eye just went there. Why did your eyes go there? Because just when your eye went to bed. And he's like, for some reason, he likes to see me that full of it. He like that, like a chef like this. The way his clothes arranged. He's so organized down to the T. That was his way. He's supposed to be 40.